Hello, my Jason. Welcome to my anime review for Karakai Jozu no Takagi-san. And so this could also be translated as Skill Teaser Takagi-san. And so this was a winter 2018 anime, one of the very few that I kept track with throughout the whole entire winter season. There's some other ones that I was watching, but kind of just dropped due to, like school reasons and such. That stuff there. And so, this was the one series I kept, keeping track of just because of the charm of the series, and it was very laid back. And, unlike Laid Back Camp, I was following that as well, but not, fully. There was just something about this series that really caught my attention. And so, for background on the series is based on the 2013 manga series by Soichiro Yamato. There's a spin-off manga as well, Ashita wa Doyobi, which was also adapted in this series. That's basically where the Mina, Sanae, Yukari stuff, comes in. And that provided a good change of pace for the Nishikata and Takagi story. But there's also a third spin-off series which really got me into the rest in the series, even though I've never read this manga series before. But it's called Karakai Jozu no Moto Takagi-san. And so this follows a grown-up Takagi, now married with Nishikata, and their daughter. And so I don't really consider that a spoiler, because I think the whole entire series is sort of like will they, won't they scenario. It does not really present it as that scenario there, I should say. It rather presents sort of these two characters and their antics with each other. It's already hinting that, the way Nishikata blushes towards Takagi, and even Takagi's reactions toward Nishikata at times as well, especially during the latter half of the series, especially the final 2 episodes of the series, really illustrates their crushes towards each other, just more of an unrequited love, perhaps, sort of scenario. Not even that. I just say, these two characters that are very close, they're very close friends, and they have really reciprocated their feelings just yet. And so eventually they do in this spin-off series, which I'm very interested in reading, just reading more of these antics, but adding their daughter into the mix as well. It's very cute. Things I've seen sort of stills and manga covers, just adding in scenes from the original series into this new series, just adding in their daughter into it. It's very cute stuff there. But for this series, Karakai Jozu no Takagi-san, the plot description is described as this from the manga, as described by Anime News Network. Nishikata is a middle school student who has suffered humiliation due to being teased by Takagi, the girl who sits next to him. Since then, he has vowed to one day do the same to her and succeed in teasing her. And so that's basically the crux of this series. It's very repetitive at times, I will admit that. So if you're into this formula that they have, sort of these little skits, throughout, at least 2 or 3 skits throughout each episode, adding in these side characters, as I said before, Mina, Sanae, and Yukari, which do provide good change of pace. You also have this other couple character. They are Mano and Nakai. They're another openly at least that they are openly a couple in the series, and they sort of provide a sort of foil towards Nishikata and Takagi as well. And so they're a very cute couple as well. And so that's pretty much the crux of the series. Has very simple slice of life formula, but it's a very effective one, at least in my opinion anyway. I really enjoyed the comedy in this series. There's some very clever tricks here and there to really hide the fact that at least Takagi's true feelings towards Nishikata, they really do a good job at hiding that and really illustrating that through the comedy and all the just the ways that she tricks Nishikata into having these outbursts during class to really play into her game, her mind tricks here and there. And so it's really charming to see, especially when Nishikata, who's just this young high school kid. It's basically just who he is, just a high school boy who is just falling for all these tricks from Takagi, and he is just motivated to just tease her through many different obstacles and through any mean circumstances as well. Just neglecting his friends and just wanting to walk Takagi, which leads into I won't spoil too much from this review, but there's moments involving that's really cute. It's very charming for Takagi's perspective and her feelings towards Nishikata. Going into the title character Takagi, I'm not really into Seiyu too much. Don't really follow that particular part of the anime industry there. But to really highlight the seiyuu, Rei Takahashi, who does work with Mash Kirlight, Megumi, and Emilia, obviously those characters from very popular franchises, Fate Grand Order, Konosuba, and ReZero, very famous seiyuu amongst anime fans, that she does the voice for Takagi as well. She does a really great job here, really, especially the laughter for Takagi, when she's bursting out laughing. That's really genuine. She really nails that there. And so I just want to highlight that part of this anime here. Even though I'm not really a big I don't disrespect the work that seiyuu do. I'm just not really the biggest fan of it in terms of just marking out and just, really following, which seiyuu is working on which project. I don't really follow that part of the anime industry, but I just want to highlight a very prominent figure amongst, the internet's fans of Rei Takahashi's work as Takagi's seiyuu. But as I said before, the comedy is subjective. Yeah, it's a really big thing, and not only just anime, but just media in general. Comedy is very subjective, but I think the writing and the pacing of the comedy done by director Hiroka Akagi and series compositioner Michiko Yokote, I think they really do a good job at really pacing out the comedy, really nailing these bits. Even though it is very formulaic, they do really nail the bits very well, and they do a good job of really being creative, not only just having this school setting, but also when they're out walking together. You have very cute aspects of their characters as well. You're just them walking together, even this series of segments in the middle part of the series when they practice tandem riding with each other, just putting these characters in different scenarios, and even this subplot of Nishikata liking this manga series and anime series, 100% unrequited love, very sort of illustrating their relationship in general in some sort of ways. And so having that plot there, adding in these sort of unconventional sort of things you don't really see too much in slice of life anime, but you do understand the formula that they're going with. I think they really nailed that aspect of the comedy in this series. The opening theme as well, Iwanai Kedo Ne by Yukio Ohara, that's a really good opening theme, especially just really nailing the dynamic between Nishikata and Takagi in just one 90 seconds a clip that you see from the anime, just really nailing their relationship, their dichotomy, their dynamic with each other, also adding in these other characters as well. Mina, Sanaya, Yukari. I would honestly like a lot more of Nishikata and Takagi, but I do like adding in their antics as well. Just very simple sort of things. They do interact with our main characters in Nishikata and Takagi, and so they're not really that absent from the main cast, but they do provide a good, nice change of pace, away from this formula that we do see in Nishikata and Takagi. And so I do appreciate that stuff there, even with Mano and Nakai, their foil in terms of being an open couple, as compared to a soon-to-be couple in Nishikata and Takagi. That's a really nice nice bit of imagery there for the series. And so if you're interested in this, very small but very funny slice of life series, I would recommend this series here. If you're not really into this formula of just bits of Nishikata being tricked by Takagi and Takagi laughing at Nishikata, always teasing him, and even him doing push-ups because he was getting teased as well. That's really just it for the anime. There's nothing much else going on. If you're not really interested in that, it's probably not for you, but if you are, this is for you. And so I enjoyed it very well, and so for final grade for this series, I'm going to give this one a B rating. I enjoyed this relationship and the dynamic between Nishikata and Takagi, mostly because I found out there was a spin-off series of them getting married. And so just knowing that, I think it really added a lot more to the series for me to understand that these characters do end up together and they have a daughter, and I guess they're still sort of teasing each other as well. And so even with a daughter being added into that dynamic, and so with all that, a big picture sort of idea really added a lot more to the series for me. And so what are your thoughts on Karakai Jozu no Takagi-san? Put your thoughts in the comment section down below. Also make sure to rate, share, and subscribe as well. Also click that notification button to be notified whenever I post videos on this channel. Really helps me out. Really appreciate all of that. Thank you for watching my anime review for Karakai Jozu no Takagi-san. Have a nice day. Bye bye.